Hi friends, this is Trina and welcome to my humble homestead and gardenside chat. So today I would like to get some cooking done for the week. I just made my muscle joint rub, so I've been using that. My back is feeling better, but I don't want to overdo it, so we're going to see how much we can get done today. I'm going to start by getting a roast in the crock pot, slow cooker, so I can get that going. And then what I'd like to do is take my bacon end pieces, get those going, and I'd like to use up my water glass eggs and get an egg bake going. So I have that going for the week. I have those salmon burgers. I'd like to get those going. I was kind of in a mood for Mexican, I think, this last week. So I made a couple Mexican things that I'd pulled out of the freezer. So I did get those packaged up and frozen for future meals. I am going to go ahead and get started on this roast. So let's bring you down here. Super simple with the roast. What I do is, so I just have some water out of my fridge filter in here. And I am just gonna get some garlic. For mine, oh, you know what? I do have potatoes too I'm gonna add in there, but I'll do that. But I'm gonna add a bunch of celery. So I like to have a lot of vegetables. Yellow potatoes from Misfits here. So I'm gonna do an onion I'm gonna throw in there. I'm gonna do a package of these carrots. So for me, when they're organic, I don't even peel them. I just throw them in their whole. This is my easy cooking. I'm gonna chop up a bunch of celery and some potatoes. I add the garlic. I'm gonna add some salt after I get everything in there and some peppercorn. And I think that's gonna be it. Let's get going on this chopping. So for this celery, I am just gonna really chop off all of the tops here. These tops, what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna put them in a Ziploc bag, and I save these for making broth. Since I have so much meat now, I'm gonna be making a lot more bone broth. So I just will set those aside. For the bottom, so what I'm gonna try with these bottom, for my seed starters, everything's come up so great except for the Utah celery. I have not successfully been able to grow celery from seed. However, I've seen a lot of people talk about how they just plant these in and the celery just grows up. So I'm gonna put these back in the fridge in a bag, and I am gonna, when I feel a little bit better, I'm gonna pot these up and put them in my garden when I'm able to and see what happens. These are organics. I'm gonna try it. If any of you have grown celery this way, let me know any tips or if it's worked. I'm hoping that I can just put them in a Ziploc bag in the fridge for a little bit. I'm hoping that works. I haven't done any research at all. If not, I can use them in my soup broth as well and then start with other ones. And then these, I'm just gonna throw into, oops, as I dropped some little things, I'm gonna throw these just into my roast. Since it's gonna slow cook all day, I don't mind them big. So that's kind of how I'm going to do with my my celery. So with my carrots, I need to go wash these really quick. Once I wash them, I'm just going to cut off the ends, and I'm going to put those, I need to get one of my baggies out of the freezer that has my broth stuff in there. And I'm just going to throw the ends in the bag too. Okay, so here's like a bag of stuff that I just keep. So I'm just going to throw my celery. And sometimes, like I said in another video, sometimes I'll dehydrate these up and I'll just whiz them up as my green powder, but I have a lot of green powder left. I know with all my garden stuff coming in, I'll have plenty of green ends and things to make more green powder. Carrots, same, I just kind of throw the ends in there. And then I just keep these pretty big too. I had invited the kids over for dinner, which is, I took out a big roast, but with my back hurting, and then they didn't really feel like going out today, which, you know, after working all week and having the kids, I don't blame them. But I did get that muscle and joint rub made, so I made one for my sons. If I was feeling better, I would go over there, but I'm just to sit on the floor and play with the kids right now. I don't even really want to drive at this point with the way my back is, and I want to be good for work this week. Sad as it is, we are all just laying low watching the snow melt. But I really am interested to try that celery. I really wanted to grow celery this year. I use a lot of celery, so honestly, if any of you have done that and know how to, please let me know and share. I know the lady at the grocery store in Arthur, she told me her husband does it, and he just plants it right in the ground. And that's the other thing, is the onion ends. I will also just throw. Same with the onions. This is all just to flavor it. Right, and then I'm gonna add some salt. And now for this beautiful roast. Look at this. This came from Prairie Soul Farm, where I've gotten the meats. This is what a fresh roast should look like, you guys. Okay, I've got my potatoes washed. Now with Misfits, the reason why you get such good prices for organic is they might have a little blemish on them or something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slice off the little blemish there. And this I might throw out for deer husks, as my grandson would say. Although they can find grass now, so I should be able to get to my composter pretty quick here, like in the next, as soon as I can walk off my deck, I'm going to be able to just save those for my compost. Do any of you have one of those kitchen composters that, you know, they whiz everything up in the kitchen? Some of those are kind of an investment, but if any of you have used any of those and have any recommendations, let me know. Not so much in the spring or summer when I can just throw it out in my outside composter, but I mean, it's something maybe to look for saving for the winter. I'd be kind of interested in maybe looking at different ones. So I would be happy to hear your opinions. So with the potatoes, I'm just gonna put as many as I can get around this roast here. I will show you, this is such a big roast. So honestly, for all these potatoes, I've just had two that had little, I mean, and, you know, this is as much potatoes I had to cut off. So it's not, you know, and that's the thing, you know, with Misfits, a lot of times they're like just misshapen. They're, you know, in the grocery store, they like to put perfectly shaped groceries, and so that's why, like I said, I like to really grow and preserve. But right about this time, I'm kind of out of fresh, and I might order, you know, a little bit on there. And there, you know, if for some of you who don't grow your own, it is a good option. Or if you're like me and you can't always get to a store, I think that might be all I might get in there. Let me see, all of them in there. You know what? Actually, I think I'll save those two potatoes and I'll chop them up and put them in my egg bake. Why not add a little bulk in there? So here, let me bring you over here. Here's what that looks like. I'm gonna add just a little bit of seasoning on the top of this meat. And then, isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, fresh meat, you guys. Grass-fed, grass-finished. And I am just gonna slow cook that on slow all day. And then I will come back and show you our next thing that we're gonna get going, all right? See you soon. Hi, my happy humble homestead friends. Welcome today. This is Tarina, and I am going to continue on with my cooking segment here. Let me show you the box here. I just received from Amazon this Veggie Slicer. All right, so you all know how I like my chopper, my handy dandy chopper that I used in a lot of my videos, and I still have that. I'll still use that, but I also have a separate mandolin, which kind of started breaking. I was kind of taping it together when I used it and things like that. This has a mandolin on it. It also has like an egg separator, a peeler, has a thing to clean. So anyway, if you want to see, it has a whole bunch of a lot of things. It has a lot of things. There is a couple differences. I did do just a little product review if you're interested in that. But I just wanted to share that because I do like my chopper too, and I did a review on it, so I have a little bit here, but I'm gonna do a little bit of veggie chopping, and if you see me using something different, I wanted to let you know, and that is what I'm using. I'll link it below. But right here, I'm gonna get an egg bake going in the oven. So let me bring you down so you can cook with me too. See what I'm doing. So right here, I do have a little of the veggies. So what I have here is earlier, I cooked the bacon in my air fryer oven. What's in here is the bacon grease. I removed the bacon fat, and then I just added some of my diced minced dry onions that I dehydrated up. These are dehydrated. I'm just throwing in these veggies that I'm chopping. This thing is really nice too. It has like a little, if you want to re-rinse your veggies. I wash them before, but it has this little basket you can take out. And then I'm going to cut up some more. So what I'm putting in here, let me show you. There are a couple differences so I love this thing because this thing is horrible to clean. I don't know if they heard on my last review I did, but you can push this and look at that. That comes out, and then to clean it with this little thing, So I love that. And then also because I used to have problems cleaning it. Y'all know how not good I am with knives and stuff. This, because I would cut my fingers on this thing all the time, and it was, I mean, this sucker is sharp, you guys. I would really like almost stitch worthy. I like that, but the other thing is this one is a bit smaller than my chopper one, so I just have to chop the chunks a little bit tinier. It's really not that big, and I am using a smaller. This is the attachment I generally use, this size, but this one was already on it, so I just washed it up like this. And I'm going to use a smaller one. So this is, I'm just using it for the first time. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic to my pan here. Just so I'm just going to throw this all in the oven together and I'm not going to, you know, brown them like I normally like to brown and get everything caramelized. What I'm going to do, because it has the bacon grease in there, I'm just literally going to soften the vegetables. Oh, and look at this, you guys. This is the last of my water glassed eggs. I am willing to consider it in the future since these are beautiful. You know, I had that one egg mishap and I'm really funny about food. So, but these are beautiful, you guys. They're beautiful. So I wanted to show you those. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs that had come from my friend Deb's farm. And I'm just going to use some more. I'm going to make a huge egg bake so I can have some, freeze some. I cut them up into little individual things, put them in the freezer. I can pull them out. I will have like half of this for the week and the other half I'll freeze for other times. So that is how I cook for me. If you have a big family, you can cook this all up and have it for everybody at one meal. Let's get going here. So I'm gonna move this aside. So I'd gotten these veggies on Misfits, and I made that roast, got the roast in the crock pot, and I saved out a couple potatoes. I'm gonna put these in there. It's kind of like adding a little hash brown to my egg bake. So this is gonna be a full meal, like a full brunch for me, and it will have everything I need to. And then I also had these mushrooms I got. Yeah, this one's smaller, so I can't put as many things in there. There we go. But that's fine. Honestly, if you've watched any of my other cooking videos, I have plates in my arm, so chopping, like I watch like Becky on Acre Homes, and she's just like so jealous of those knife skills. But that's okay. You know what? We all are blessed with certain things. This is how I make it work. I make it work for me. One thing I did find when I was chopping the celery though is it matters which direction you lay the celery, because otherwise it gets stuck in there. So let's cut up my celery here. I found laying the celery this way is much better. There we go. Much better. Like that. I love the smell of fresh veggies. Makes me so excited for being able to go in the garden. My grandson, he is going to be a professional chef. Saying, watch out, Gordon Ramsay. Watch out, because my little 3-year-old grandson, not only does he play grocery shopping, they went to church on Sunday and they dropped him off in the nursery, and the first thing he does is he goes for the grocery cart and he's walking around. They send Snapchats, you know, so I'm like, look it's just like his passion. He comes here, and you all saw the videos that I send. Right away, he grocery shopping and cooking in his little play kitchen. But not only that, he loves to really cook, like really, really, really cook. My daughter-in-law, so her mom is a chef. I mean, she has her own restaurant. So it's kind of, you know, he's kind of got it in his blood from that side of the family. I mean, I like to cook, but I mean, we're talking, she's the real deal. She's a Vietnamese restaurant, you guys. We're so blessed in this family. So the other day, why I went off on that tangent is because I got this picture of this salad. If I can find it, I'm going to post it here. He was so proud of the salad. I mean, he cooks so good too. Like, he makes good things. Yes, my little Peyton. So proud of him. It'll be interesting to see what Harrison is interested in, because, you know, kids are so different. Such good grandkids. Okay, I have 2 more potatoes if I want to use them, but like, try to not put a ton of carbs and stuff. I just have them occasionally.
So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick this in the oven for, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes just to soften up the vegetable. Maybe not even that long. I'm just gonna check them after every few minutes. And then once they're in there, then I'm gonna get back and start working on the egg mixture. I have spinach, but I think I'm just gonna add the spinach to the eggs because I don't want it getting too gross, you know. I'm actually even excited to clean this. Such a nerd. I'm so excited to clean this with the new cleaning thing. All right, let's check out these eggs, how they look. And these ones, I am not gonna save the shells for any composting because they do have the lime salt on them. I'll have to check if any of you do water glass your eggs. Do you compost the, look at, so here's the difference with water glass eggs. The yolk does, that's why they always say they're good for baking, they're good for scrambled eggs, but if you need to separate a yolk, water glassed eggs are not the best for that because the yolks do not hold their shells. I mean, that one actually did pretty good. Look at how pretty that one, let's see. But they're, you know, they're kind of flat. I'm gonna adjust my camera. I am gonna get my camera that my son got me. I'm gonna try to get it hung up on a cabinet so I can be so professional like all the other people and have like more than one camera going, get B-roll and all of that. Oh, that egg stayed together perfectly. Yolk and all. Oh my gosh, I have to show you. That's so pretty. Okay. I have to show this to Deb because these are from her chickens. And when did I do these? I did these months ago. That one's a whole egg, whole yolk, everything. All right, let me go wash my hands because I have the little bit of salt on there. And since I'm doing a big batch, I am definitely going to get some more eggs. A little almond milk in there. I just honestly do as many eggs till I think it looks good. I'm probably going to do, I was thinking maybe like 15 or so. And I'm not really going to add any salt because I use bacon. The bacon has enough salt in it. Add a little bit of crushed red pepper and some black pepper, which I really need to grind some up. I'm going to scrape the bottom of my jar. It's time for me to make some coffee too. So here is my pepper. That's what I have left. So I'm gonna just kind of scrape it out here. And I'm gonna put my Z powder. This is the Z powder this is with zucchini. Add that. That just gives it extra nutrition and all that extra zucchini. It's a good way to preserve it up. I'm gonna whisk this up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of crushed red pepper. So let me go check on those veggies. These are just lightly softened, as you can see. I didn't really brown them or anything, but I just gave them a little bit of softening in that bacon grease. I'm gonna put just a little bit of the egg mixture down. And then I'm gonna put the bacon and some spinach in there. This bacon I got on Misfits too. I just got it in the pieces, which actually they came in really big pieces. I showed you that in the video. And oh my goodness, it is really good, you guys. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, now that I have clean hands, get some of the spinach here. Planning on making a salad later. I also plan on making those salmon burgers. All right, so that should be good for spinach. And then I'm gonna layer it with some cheese, organic American cheese. I thought I had gotten Marble Jack, but they must have been out of it and then substituted with this, which is fine. Some slices of this, and then I'm gonna do a couple slices of provolone. There we go. So 2 slices of that. Then I'll do 1 with provolone, because then I have a tiny bit of mozzarella to top that I have to use up. But I'm just going to top it on the top. Bacon and cheese, you guys. What can go wrong with that, right? Unless, of course, you don't eat pork, which I do have friends that don't. So you can substitute it with a different kind. You could go meatless. Add me some provolone here. And then I am going to top off the rest of the egg mixture over this. Then just top it off with this mozzarella that I have to use up. Use it up. And this I'm going to put back in my oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. I will check it. And then I will show you what it looks like when it's done. See you in a bit. Bye. So for my final things I'm going to make for this week, I have these lemon herb salmon burgers that I had gotten at Misfits. And I am just going to put them in my air fryer oven. Just use a little spray there. The instructions say you can just stick them in a frying pan for 4 minutes on each side. But I'm literally just going to literally put them in my air fryer oven I will check them in about 4 minutes and then flip them over and see how they're doing. My lazy cooking, since I have the air fryer oven, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that. They look amazing, and I'm just going to pair this with a salad. So I will... Hey y'all, welcome back. So real life here. This is why I'm going to suggest you do it in the pan. I was flipping them, and one of the salmons flipped right onto the bottom of my air fryer oven. And it's burning and smoking, and it's just lovely. Real life. So I'm going to have 1.5 salmon patties. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is just how me, messy person. Anyway, yeah, if you get these, let's do them in the pan. Look at all that smoke coming out of here. Ugh, time to get something to scrape this off of my oven with. If you have any good ideas, comment below. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day. Be blessed. And I will show you pictures of the one that I am able to eat.